Across Europe, live music is alive and well, and in this video we're going to share the top 10 cities in Europe to see live music in 2025.
We're also going to share a few venues in those cities that you might like to check out. But first, a few caveats. First, we didn't choose these cities ourselves. This list was compiled and published by Acor, and it was based on the number of venues in the city, the number of global gig searches, and the ratings that people gave to the venues. So if you don't hear the name of a city that you expected, that's why.
And second, while there will of course be some excellent large venues, we want to focus on the smaller, more mid-sized venues. These are the ones that you might easily visit if you're traveling through the city. Or, if you're a musician or an artist, these are venues that you might want to play on tour.
Third, there are obviously many genres of music. For this video, we're not going to focus on EDM or DJ music, even though those scenes are flourishing in most, if not all, of the cities that we mentioned. Instead, we're going to focus on venues that have live musicians performing. We're also going to focus more on genres like rock, jazz, soul, indie pop, singer-songwriter, and blues, rather than on heavier genres like punk, metal, and alternative.
So now that we've gotten those ground rules out of the way, let's get on with the top 10 live music cities in Europe.
These are the best cities in Europe for live music. In 10th place, we have Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
For such a culturally influential city, Amsterdam has a pretty small geographic footprint. You can pretty much get to any music venue in the whole city within about 20 minutes. Amsterdam draws artists from all over the world, and it offers incredible variety when it comes to music. Any night of the week, you can probably find quality performances in your favorite genre to check out.
We actually visited Amsterdam to see Peter Gabriel play at the Ziggo Dome, which is known to be one of the best sounding venues in Europe.
But scaling down in size, you can't really talk about Amsterdam without mentioning Paradiso. It's the former church that was converted into a concert hall. So many great artists have played in this beautiful location, from The Police to Prince to Adele to Bjork, just to name a few. If you're in Amsterdam, this is a venue worth visiting. Bimvoos is a mid-sized venue where mostly jazz but also rock bands play. It also has a performance show, which artists such as Corey Henry and Marcus Miller have played, and every Tuesday, Bimvoos holds a jam featuring local young or acclaimed artists and international artists. For example, Esperanza Spalding has shown up.
Among smaller venues, Malio Melo features blues rock, mostly local bands, but international acts come through also. Fellow Austinite Caroline Wonderland has played here.
And great jazz can be found at the Jazz Cafe Alto. This venue has been holding jazz jams every night since 1953. Here you can surround yourself with photos of iconic musicians and let yourself be inspired by the local jazz music scene.
And we think this next place is really cool.
Yeah.
If you really want to immerse yourself in music in Amsterdam, you can stay at the Q Factory. It's a musical hotel with live music stages, recording studios, rehearsal rooms, and a cafe. And many great artists and musicians have performed here.
Munich, renowned for its beer gardens and rich cultural heritage, is also a city with a thriving live music scene. Beyond the large concert halls and festivals, the city is filled with intimate venues, quirky bars, and unique cultural spaces that bring music to life in extraordinary ways. Munich is a city that pulses with energy, especially when the sun sets and the lights come on. Probably Munich's most famous live music spot, the Unterfahrt, is the heart of the city's jazz scene. Originally founded in a railway subway, its current home in a sprawling former beer cellar is equally atmospheric. For over 20 years, this award-winning venue has hosted 7 concerts a week and welcomes some of today's most cutting-edge jazz musicians and ensembles. There's a variety of styles, but the focus is more towards contemporary jazz.
Lost Weekend is a cafe bookstore hybrid that transforms into a music venue in the evenings. Known for its alternative vibe, it hosts indie and acoustic performances as well as experimental music nights. The laid-back, intellectual crowd and the venue's commitment to cultural events make it a favorite for students and creatives.
Like cotton to Velcro.
Bar Gabani, this small, classy venue, has a lineup to match. There's a really diverse range of performers. One night you'll find an American folk guitarist taking the stage, the next classical musicians, and the next a jazz trio tearing it up like this one.
Every road has a turning. That's one thing you're learning.
Mila is a cozy and hip concert venue and bar that hosts a variety of underground musicians spanning rock, indie, hip-hop, and jazz. The club is known for its dedication to live music, offering a great place to enjoy concerts by cool artists and bands.
Import-Export is a trendy spot located in the vibrant Kreativquartier district of Munich. Housed in converted industrial buildings, this venue offers multiple spaces for live concerts. It's a hub for diverse cultural activities with a strong focus on independent music and art scenes. We noticed that Munich features performers of all ages, and as you may have noticed, female musicians are well represented. In the number 8 spot, we have Prague. The vibrant music scene in Prague continues to flourish, and a growing number of quality venues regularly host international artists, while also being a breeding ground for local musical talent.
One interesting venue is Meat Factory, which is a non-profit organization and contemporary art center that was established by an artist in 2001. Its musical performances feature local and international acts. And Mauro, a great singer from Portugal who we're fans of, just played there last fall.
Pamięć is the Czech word for memory, a nod to this venue's program of nostalgic soul, funk, and blues music. Located in a courtyard in Prague's Old Town Center, a small cafe bar fronts the ground floor entrance, while seated concerts take place in a lamplit cellar, furnished with simple wooden tables and chairs. The live music program runs on weekdays, while the weekend is reserved for theater shows. At ground level in a popular part of town, Café Flese appears to be a cafe complete with retro furniture and forest-themed wallpaper. Lese means forest in Czech. It's a great place to catch indie music on weekdays. In the small hall, it is easy to see and listen to artists clearly, and the atmosphere is chill and intimate. The bands that play can range from heavier music to acts like these.
Coziest jazz club in Prague, but not just jazz. Jazz Republic Live Music Club Prague is a vibrant venue located at the bottom of Wenceslas Square. It hosts nightly live acts featuring jazz concerts, blues, funk, Latin, and acid jazz performances 7 days a week. The club has welcomed renowned musicians from around the world and showcases top talent from Prague and the Czech Republic. Established in 1997, it collaborates with over 30 Czech jazz artists to offer diverse musical experiences, including jazz tribute acts and improvisations. And bonus, the entry to this venue is free. Another one you might want to check out is the Jazz Dock. Number 7 is Birmingham, England. Birmingham has quite the musical heritage. You got bands like Duran Duran, UB40, and Black Sabbath came out of this historically industrial city. And the live music scene today is incredibly vibrant, with thousands of gigs played across the city each year. The Sunflower Lounge brings the glamour and grunge of New York dive bars to the center of Birmingham and is key to the live music scene. This is what their website lays claim to, and it does seem like a great small venue to check out. The Sunflower Lounge plays host largely to bands, although they do welcome solo artists too.
Classic and popular as a live music venue, the Jam House welcomes up-and-coming musical talent in a number of genres. It's a chilled-out place to take in new music while enjoying a meal with friends. If you like acoustic music, the Jam House features an acoustic sessions series, so you can get your fill. And on another night, you can catch a hot soul or rock band. If you're looking for independent live music in a range of styles and genres, then Actress and Bishop might be just for you. It has a traditional pub feel and is strongly connected to the local music community. At number 6, we have Hamburg, Germany. On August 17, 1960, the Beatles got together to play their first live performance at the Indra Club in Hamburg's red light district, and the rest is history. For decades, Hamburg has fostered a vibrant live music scene, and today you can hear live music any night of the week in this city. Nachtspeicher is a former warehouse, and it's a perfect place to catch Americana, folk, singer-songwriter, and indie pop shows.
Birdland, Hamburg, has concerts several times a week. Once a week, there's a jam session in which beginners and music students played together with recognized jazz artists when they happen to be on tour. And once a month, there's a vocal session. The musicians who have appeared at Birdland include artists such as Chet Baker, Diana Krall, Art Blakey, and Branford and Wynton Marsalis. Number 5 is Paris, France. Now, the live music scene in Paris dates back to the Middle Ages. Even Notre Dame was a venue for live music back then. In the 17 to 1800s, opera was big in Paris, and in the early 1900s, Paris became known for its jazz scene, which is still vibrant. Today, it goes without saying that there's music and creativity all over Paris just waiting to be discovered. And it's not just the music that's captivating. The venues are often themselves works of art. Here are some great smaller live music venues in Paris for you to check out.
El Allemagne Seheye is a hidden gem where you can enjoy live music on the water. This historic boat from the 1940s has been a part of Paris's cultural scene for 27 years. It has hosted numerous artists who started their careers here and continue to show their love for the place. Le Caveau des Oubliettes is a very cool small venue, and it was once a medieval dungeon, and now it's a great place to catch jazz, funk, and blues bands.
The historic club New Morning has a smaller, intimate vibe, so you might never know that acts like Chet Baker, Taj Mahal, Bob Dylan, and even Prince have graced its stage. It's mainly a jazz club, but you might catch reggae, soul, or singer-songwriter acts there.
Last of the rock stars.
Beating out Paris in the number 4 slot is Dublin, Ireland. Dublin has a well-earned reputation for fostering musicians, singer-songwriters, and bands. There are so many great venues in Dublin that it's difficult to narrow it down. So we're going to highlight a few of the smaller but excellent places to hear live music. Wayland's is one of the most respected venues in Dublin, but it's still a smaller, more intimate room. The pub that is Wayland's has been open for business for 250 years, but it wasn't until 1989 when new owners Gary Whalen and Ian Keith bought it, revived its historic appearance, and turned it into a music venue. Among others, Jeff Buckley, The Frames, and Nick Cave have played iconic shows here. It's a place not to be missed in Dublin.
From low-key, intimate performances to vibrant gigs, Bellow Bar showcases local and international acts across the wide spectrum of contemporary music. This venue prides itself on championing artists and fostering the music community with memorable live shows.
Located just outside the busy city center, Chenet is a cozy pub with a good stage that hosts live music several nights a week. You can hear bands and singer-songwriters of various genres without dealing with the big crowds here.
Well, number 3 is London, England. Live music is alive and well in London, with tons of young, up-and-coming bands and artists along with the established acts. Almost 700,000 people search for live shows in London each month, and the interest of these fans helps to fuel the buzzing music scene. Here are a few notable smaller venues in London. Well, if you love jazz, then a stop at Ronnie Scott's is in order. This venue was founded in 1959 by musicians Ronnie Scott and Pet King, and today it's one of London's most famous jazz clubs. Nina Simone, Stan Getz, Ella Fitzgerald, Jeff Beck all grace this stage, along with many contemporary artists. This legendary venue still invites rising and already famous musicians to perform.
You may know about the Troubadour in Los Angeles, but that venue is actually inspired by the original Troubadour in London. Artists including Jimi Hendrix, Elton John, and Bob Dylan have graced its stage. Here you can catch both free and ticketed shows from folk, jazz, and world music artists. If you're a fan of the Tiny Desk concert series, then you might want to check out Next Door Records. This record store is also a live music and listening bar and cafe with a steady stream of quality local and international acts coming through. In the number 2 spot, we have Manchester, England. Impressively beating out London on this year's list, Manchester's live music scene has been thriving for decades. Bands like Oasis, Joy Division, the Bee Gees, and the Smiths all blossomed in Manchester, and newer great bands and artists are making themselves known there today. Manchester has more venues per capita than London, offering music in every genre. Here are a few interesting venues to check out in Manchester.
The Night and Day Cafe has a well-earned reputation for pioneering and supporting live music. This venue may be small, but you might just hear the next Mumford & Sons or Arctic Monkeys here, as these are some of the acts that have honed their chops at this club.
Band on the Wall has been an important part of the Manchester live music scene for almost 100 years. Over the decades, it moved through phases of being a jazz club, and then a punk club. Bands like Joy Division and The Fall played here. Today you can hear all kinds of genres, including jazz, reggae, pop, and rock, performed by both singer-songwriters and bands in this vibey room.
If you're looking for jazz, soul, funk, or blues, Matt and Fred's is a great place to check out. You can catch local and touring bands here every night of the week. Now, all 3 of the venues that we mentioned are located in the Northern Quarter, a creative and cool neighborhood in Manchester. So if you're looking for live music, this neighborhood is a must to explore.
And finally, we reached the number 1 city for live music in Europe in 2025.
And the winner, number 1,
is
Berlin, Germany.
For decades, Berlin, Germany has drawn adventurous artists and performers with its thriving creative scene, abundance of venues, and relaxed regulations. Artists such as David Bowie and U2 have found inspiration in Berlin. The busking scene in Berlin is among the strongest in Europe, and there are many large venues for fans of electronic music. But there are also many venues that showcase live music, and here are a few selections to check out.
Quasimodo has a rich history. It was a jazz club in the 1920s, hosting luminaries such as Dizzy Gillespie and Chet Baker. Today you can catch local and international artists and bands from many genres, including jazz, pop, rock, funk, soul, blues, and world music.
Schokoladen. As its name suggests, Schokoladen is located in a former chocolate factory. It's known for its great acoustics, reasonable prices, and eclectic rock and indie shows on a smaller scale.
Another great place to hear jazz, soul, funk, and blues is the Zigzag Jazz Club. In fact, this venue is known for being one of the best jazz clubs in all of Germany. So that's it, the top 10 live music cities in Europe for 2025.
Let us know if you have any venues that you'd like to suggest that we didn't mention, or if there's something that you disagree with that we suggested.
So please like this video and subscribe.
Yeah, it really helps YouTube to know that they should share this video with others.
So thanks for watching.
And we'll see you on the next one.
And keep on rocking in the free world.